Hi guys, welcome to my channel, TheBrownieTube. If this is your first time, hi, my name is Bella. I am a blogger. I bake. Yeah, I think those are like my pillars. I'm a Christian, of course. Sorry, when I said pillar, it just reminded me, which is such a disgrace in real life. But yes, so that's basically who I am. If you've been here before, welcome back. This has probably been one of my most requested videos. So today I'm going to actually attempt to film how I do my brows. So as at now, the only thing I've done to my brows is I've combed them up and I have put a bit of primer on them. Sometimes I find that like my brow area gets weirdly oily, which is kind of strange if you ask me. But what do I know? So for my brows, I usually use two items. I use a brow pomade and I use a brow powder to set it. So the brow pomade that I usually use is this ABH Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade in ebony, which is quite dark, but I'm really light-handed with it. And then I use this Zaron defining brow kit, mostly the light one. To fill in my brows, I usually have 4 brushes that I use religiously. This spoolie brush, which is basically to just brush the hairs up and down. There is this bushy angled brush, which I usually use for powder because it doesn't have like a thin end, it's quite like thick. Let me see if I can show you what I mean. Yeah, it's quite thick. And then I have a thinner angled brush, which was supposed to be like for like brow, like for eyeliner and stuff like that. I use that for my brows. So you can kind of see the difference between them. And then the last one is obviously a brush to clean up, and it's also angled. I've never felt like I do anything spectacular, but for some reason people keep asking me concerning my brows. So yeah, let's do this. So I just use this to line the outline that I want. I usually just go with my brows. I actually like the shape in which my brows come. The only problem is the length for me because they are really short. They don't even get like, they're like 3/4 of my eye. So I do tend to extend them quite a bit. So yeah, I just start off really lightly because usually I don't even want it to be this dark. But the nice thing about all these pomades and stuff is that you can actually just brush them out if they start off too dark. So when I'm done with the under part and I'm like more or less satisfied with my arch, I go to the top. So I start to line the top area as well according to how my brow goes, and I just make sure that both lines connect at the end. That makes any sense. So my actual brow stops like here, and then I extend it up to there. So while my brush still has a lot of the product on it, I fill in this part. This is the only part of my brow that I want to be dark. So I fill it in and I actually press down for that. And then as I go forward, instead of pressing down the same way, I start from the roots and kind of drag the product that I laid as my outline. So as you can see, it's already getting lighter as I move. Don't be afraid to draw and sketch severally because at the end of the day, you can always just conceal. And that's something that I'm very happy about because there's no such thing as getting it perfect every single time. In fact, the reason that I haven't filmed my brow tutorial is not for a lack of trying, but every time I get on camera, like it just doesn't work out. So it gets that natural gradient look to it. The amazing thing about doing your brows or even having a spoolie is that you can actually end up taking a lot of the product off. So sometimes when I feel like it's a bit too dark, I just comb through, and as you comb through, you'll notice that, you can already see it, you'll notice that it is getting a bit lighter. I'm just going to go on and do the other side and I'll be back to actually finish up, but this is like more or less the structure that I go for, if that makes any sense. So sometimes with this brow, I usually have it like some issues because the the top part of this brow is like shorter than the top part of the other brow. So in that situation, I go in with a little more and I just kind of define the shape there, like just that little arch there. The next thing I do is that I take the bushier liner and I go into the brown, which is this one, and then I just go over majority of this gradient part. I leave the dark parts for the most part. I go over this and it just kind of makes it look a bit softer, because now it's filling in those empty spaces with brown and it's kind of making the brows not look as dark, if that makes any sense. So I go into the end. This helps me a lot with that issue of having like the front of your brows looking kind of square. So I do always feel like once I'm getting to the front of my brows, like it has to be either powder or pencil. I don't think I would ever use my dip brow for the front of my brows. That is basically it. What I do next obviously is to clean my brows. So I will go ahead and do that now. This is the point in time where if you've made any mistakes, you can kind of, you know, make up for it. And then I just drag the rest of the concealer down. Sometimes if you're like insecure, you're not sure, you can always just use something to measure to make sure that they're more or less on the same line. I mean, it doesn't necessarily matter that they're exactly perpendicular to each other, but it makes sense that they would be like, you know, close. Hi guys, so I'm not done with my makeup, but I just wanted to show you guys something. Sometimes when I start doing my makeup, like the powder and everything starts to get on my brows, so I don't actually finish up my brows until I'm done with like everything that has to do with this area of my face. So the last thing I do to set it is use a brow gel, and this is a brow gel from Blot Cosmetics, which is a Nigerian company, and I just brush up, brush down, and then brush back up again. Hey guys, so I'm officially back with the end result of the whole makeup spiel, but this is how my brows usually look. This video actually does them justice and stuff, but yes, these are my finished brows. Thank you so much for watching. If there's any specific beauty related tutorial that you want me to film after this, do let me know in the comments below. I am not going to just be randomly filming beauty videos in general, because it's not really my forte, so it will have to be requested for me to actually do it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment and subscribe, and before I leave, do not forget that you are sugar, you are spice, and you are bomb ass jollof rice. So weird saying it when other people are here.